And welcome to episode number 17 of Tally Benchwarmers. Love that sound effect. Your unofficial, definitely not expert take on the latest of local and collegiate sports. This week we are backbenching, can you believe it? We're talking college football still, but we got college football stuff to talk about. FSU and FAMU basketball. And for the next 30 minutes or so, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, this WFSU team is going to concentrate on FSU and FAMU for the most part, but we got some other stuff to do.
Yes.
So on the bench today, we're missing Adrian Andrews, our sports reporter, so the three of us are going to have to kind of make do. Jennifer Tappen, I almost called you Jennifer Aniston for a second.
Oh.
Wow.
Thanks.
Jennifer Tappen is our CFO here at WFSU. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Jennifer. Well, you'll know what that means in a little bit. And then, of course, Eric Carter, our guru of FSU, all things FSU sports, assistant chief engineer. Hey, bud.
Hey, how you doing? I'm trying. I'm trying.
You're trying.
Yeah.
Okay. It's we record this on Monday morning, so some of us are just kind of half awake anyway.
Yeah. Right.
How many cups of
And
coffee?
some of us may not
This
even
is,
be that far.
I think
Yeah.
4, unfortunately.
okay.
I hate to admit. But I've been up since 5, so
Good for you. Okay.
Well.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Not good. Hey, before we get to talking about college sports, this coming weekend we've got what is allegedly called the Super Bowl of National Football League
Yes.
happening
Yes.
down in Mullins.
Gnawling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all ready? Are you going to watch the game? You're going to watch the commercials only? You're going to tune out during the commercials? You're going to watch the pregame, the 12 hours of pregame coverage?
I think I'll watch the game.
You going to watch the game?
I've kind of gotten over the commercials because the commercials are not as good as they used to be.
They used to be so much
You know,
better.
and it was really the reason, one of the reasons to watch that, and
Yeah.
that way you got kind of the non-sports fan watching the Super Bowl
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
But or maybe we're just getting older.
That might be it.
It could be.
No,
That
the
we're
commercials are
getting
just
older.
sucking. We're not getting older.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still getting. You're not getting older. I'm getting older. Yeah.
I'm waiting
Yeah.
to see if the refs can pull another one out for the Chiefs or
Oh, you think so?
yeah.
Oh, so you mean them 17 people on the field that's going to be playing against Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Philly for sure on this one.
You know, I think I am too. Although, it's a three-peat, although they can't call it a three-peat or Pat Riley will sue them. But
They're
It
calling it a Chiefs Pete.
a
I
Chiefs
think.
Pete now?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be a Chiefs
Yeah.
Pete because,
It would be a Cheats Pete.
There
you
you
go. Nailed it.
Did I get
There
it?
you
Yeah.
go.
That's
Maybe
it.
maybe I should
Coin that.
I could coin that.
Yeah.
And that could be the bench warmer. We could
You can
Maybe
make
we
a
could- we could
meme
make-
coin out of that.
we could, and then we could fund this podcast on
Yeah,
it.
for
Absolutely.
sure.
Sell it as a
The
Bitcoin.
Cheat.
NFT.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I don't know. Well,
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
going with the Eagles.
Yeah,
Being a
everybody-
Giants
Yeah.
fan, that's even hard to say.
Yeah. No.
Well-
Well, I
But-
grew up a Cowboys fan, of course. I mean, but so yeah, NFC East.
Yeah.
We won't talk
Was-
about my team.
You're not going to talk about your team.
We have to talk
Yeah.
about your
But-
team.
But wait, before we talk about Jennifer's favorite team, okay, you're both picking the Eagles.
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
that you just wanted to, but you're picking them to win. You think they will win.
If the game is officiated the way it's supposed to be
Yeah.
officiated,
Yeah.
I will pick the Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay. Because DraftKings is probably out there on ESPN, and there's probably more people. Well, I don't know what are the odds.
I don't know, but if
Yeah.
the Taylor Swift effect goes into play,
Yeah.
then Kansas City will win.
What it's based on the number of times Taylor is on camera.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
If they show her more than 10 times,
So that's it. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I wonder if there are odds on that even.
Probably.
There's odds on
odds on
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
There's odds. There's
Yeah.
odds on,
oh, who sits
on-
next to who?
Yeah.
what color the shoelaces are going to be for the one of the guys on the reserves for the
The
Eagles
kicker.
for the kicker.
You got to know what color his shoelaces
Yeah,
are.
Yeah.
Laces in, laces out.
So we'll all probably be sitting in front of our computer or TV at 6:30 on Sunday, watching. Hey, Tom, this is Tom Brady's first Super Bowl that he'll be calling, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our beloved Jameis Winston is the digital correspondent.
Is he?
Yes.
He's
is.
found a new career.
J-Boo.
J-Boo's found a new immediate
He's
career.
still a quarterback.
Yes. No,
He's still a backup quarterback.
yeah,
but
you-
yes, he is the digital correspondent for the Super Bowl. Which,
Okay.
But he
I
makes a lot of
absolutely
money
love.
being a backup.
yes, he does.
A lot more than I do.
And he's
Well,
making a lot of money selling those crab legs.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's
Yeah,
sponsorship.
That's funny. Yeah, that's very funny.
That's marketing genius.
Yeah.
Okay, our Jacksonville Jaguars
Oh.
lady.
Yeah.
Why are you so depressed?
Listen, their new coach.
Do you even know his name? Do you know his name?
No. He opened his
sad.
mouth. He opened his mouth and did the Duval thing.
What did he do?
I can't do it.
You can't do it?
No, you can't.
You tried it. You try it now. See if you do it any better.
Okay. Duval.
That's not
Is that-
bad. I think it was more. Eric, you tell me. Duval.
David had it a little better. But I can understand why you can't do it.
It's hard.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
no,
like
yeah. You kind of want you get that thing in the back
yeah,
of your
it's
throat.
like
yeah.
a
Yeah.
hairball almost.
That's
like
like
a
me
cat
being a
lurching.
Giants fan saying,
Yeah,
how about them
yeah,
Cowboys?
yeah.
Ooh.
Don't sound right, do it.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't
not
feel right. It feels kinda
actually,
icky.
from anybody but Jimmy Johnson, how about them Cowboys doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't think that he's going to turn Trevor Lawrence's career around then?
Show them how you do that correctly.
Oh, now I'm confused. I'll hand that one to you, but I've heard that he is a football genius.
Good. That's what you need as your head coach is a football genius.
However, you also have to have somebody that can communicate with players and form a relationship with players. And if you're a type A nerd, talking to cool kid players is
I don't
going to be
think
difficult.
Sunshine is going to mix
I
with him.
don't think it's going to mix well.
Man, I love that reference. I always love your reference to Sunshine when talking to Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll always think of Ryan Gosling every time I think of that movie too. Yeah. Even though he just had a bit part really. But Ryan Gosling,
But you
anyway.
think about it. This is a nice segue. Sunshine in our first game of the season for Florida State football because the schedule has been put out.
Yes.
Oh, the football schedule for the FSU Seminoles is out?
That's right. And speaking of Sunshine, we play Alabama our first game.
I thought that you were going to say, speaking of coaching geniuses, we've got Mike Norvell.
Speaking of Sunshine, we play Alabama.
We got Alabama at home at the Doak. No
At
spring
Doak.
game. No spring game. We've talked about that already.
It's
Yeah.
not called the spring game.
Yeah.
It's called the Spring Classic.
The Spring
Showcase.
The spring showcase.
Okay.
That's what.
Yeah. The spring
but,
showcase.
But they canceled that because of the obviously because of
Renovations for the
renovation.
stadium.
Hopefully they can finish them and we can at least pack the house and make it look decent. I realize that there's going to be a lot of Alabama fans there.
Yes.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of
My
Alabama
very
fans
best
there.
friend is an
Yeah.
Alabama fan, and so we've been told by husbands that we are not allowed to watch the game together.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that's okay.
You don't have to watch the game together. If you go to the stadium, then she doesn't.
We can sit on opposite.
There you go.
So we start the season 3 games at home: Alabama, then East Texas A&M, then Kent State.
Yes.
So we play Virginia away in Charlottesville in the 4th week of the season. We'll be 3-0 at that point too, right?
And pigs will fly.
Okay. Okay. Who knows? Who knows? But I was talking about the spring game because listening to Sports Talk this morning coming in, other teams are canceling their spring game, and
Yes.
the whole thing is it seems like teams are realizing that spring games happen, the spring portal opens up, and then teams kind of maybe start poaching players. So
Yeah, they get to
yeah.
watch that film.
yeah.
They get to watch that film and see their needs.
Or they send their umpteen number of
Analysts.
analysts,
Yeah.
to secretly record the game or focus just on that one player that they want to focus on. Who knows?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the spring classic or the spring showcase,
Right.
we may not see that again at FSU. Who knows?
Well, and if the NCAA does what they're supposed to do and actually gets rid of all these open portal times,
Yeah. Yeah, then
it'll
if
be
you get rid
fine.
of that spring portal, then that
Yeah.
won't, at least that
Yeah.
won't be an excuse, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
We will have to find another excuse besides our
maybe
stadium.
maybe so, yeah. So maybe so. Maybe it'll take them 6 months to get the grass resodded or something. Yeah.
Right.
yes.
So ESPN, it was announced over the weekend that they exercised the option for ACC football or ACC through 2036 now, right?
Yes.
What I read and what our producer Jason put on the sheet for us to kind of reference, the television deal settled. That should allow for some of the concerns that both Clemson and obviously Florida State had been talking about as far as not getting their fair share, at least comparatively, to the other bigger conferences, SEC, Big Ten, and all that, right?
Well,
Yeah.
with-
I don't know that any of the dollar amounts or things have been shared yet. But,
no,
yeah.
we're still going to be far behind the other conferences. But the thing is, what they wanted is a larger revenue share
Yeah.
for the brand.
Yeah, for the big brands of
Right.
so it'll probably be us, UM,
We-
Clemson, right?
North Carolina.
North
Because you got to think of
yeah.
it, we're not just, we're thinking only football, but you got
Yeah,
the basketball
basketball.
side, and then you also have the other sports. They're not revenue generating as much as football and basketball, but, those
Yeah.
things
That's
actually
still part of the
matter
brand, yeah.
because,
Yeah.
look at the women's sports. Women's sports are blowing up. And
Yeah.
in the ACC, the women's sports is the dominant sport right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We've added Stanford, we've added Cal, we've added
Yeah.
SMU. Those are big names in women's sports. So
Yeah.
it'll work its way
So
out.
we'll see. It'll be great if it really means more dollars to FSU athletics. Fantastic, right?
What
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Florida State and Clemson actually wants to do is basically challenge the exit fee
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they make it kind of really expensive to get out of the contract, but that's what they're kind of challenging, that
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
exit fee.
Yeah.
We talked about that ad nauseum on actually since
Yeah.
like the past in our before the Benchwarmers started
Yeah.
and closed door sessions between the three of us in Jennifer's office.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
talked about all this, yeah. Yeah. We did
we
not
crunched
record
numbers.
that. We did not record
No.
ever record those conversations.
We had number
because-
crunching.
Yeah, we did. So FAMU's football schedule also got
Yes, indeed. Yes,
announced,
indeed.
and we've got we know we've got an exciting game in week 1.
Yes.
What's happening, Eric?
The FAMU football game, August 30th in Doak South.
Doak South,
Yes,
in
in
Miami,
Doak South.
in Miami, the Orange Blossom Classic.
The Orange Blossom Classic. Back to
Yeah.
its roots.
Yeah, there you go.
FAMU
Yeah.
versus Howard.
Nice.
Yes, indeed. I think it's going to be a good time. We might have to go down to that game also, bench warm that
Maybe
game.
we can, but it's the same night as the Alabama game. It's August 30th.
I mean,
so-
I think we
yeah.
might need to go down
Yeah,
to.
if we want to see a win, if
we wanna see-
experience a win,
Yes.
Then that way you don't have to watch the game with the Alabama fan.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Home,
She's my bestie.
homecoming is against Alcorn State for FAMU, so go Rattlers.
Go Rattlers.
And lest we forget other sports, the FSU swim and dive team continues to dominate the folks down in the southern tip of Florida at,
Yeah.
that,
Coral
at that
Gables.
private university called
Yeah.
the University of Miami.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why they call it the University of Miami, though.
Oh my God, man, this guy's tough. He is.
But they're not really in Miami. They're in Coral Gables.
They are in Coral Gables, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
close to Miami.
Yeah.
It sounds way cooler if it's University of Miami than University of Coral Gables.
I would prefer them call themselves Coral Gables.
Well, they act like it.
You know, if Tallahassee ever reaches, gets to a population that is so large, who knows? The campus of FSU may actually be in a little suburb called College Town. Who knows? Right?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be cool?
We have to call ourselves the Florida State of Coral Gables.
Yeah. So we have a consecutive meets against the Hurricane winning streak that goes back 25 years. since 1999.
Men's
That's
and
awesome.
women's been
There you
spanking
go.
that behind.
And then, Eric, we talked about just a couple of weeks ago when it was really cold here in Tallahassee.
When we had that snow,
When we had
ice,
that ice storm, university was shut down, but they had a meet over here because you and I were both at the station that day.
Yeah.
And it was cold, man.
It was real cold.
I felt bad for those swimmers.
Oh,
I
they're
know. I
taken
think
care of.
I'm not sure if the pool is heated.
Yeah,
the
it
pool
is,
is
which
heated.
is helpful. But man, when
And
you
they
get
have these big
yeah,
parkas, and they have hot tubs.
Okay, I don't feel bad for them at all.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
They're
and
good.
they certainly swim a hell of a lot better than I do.
they
So,
got people that actually massage them when they sit on the
Yeah,
sideline.
they're taken care of.
yeah,
And they're
that's-
young,
yeah,
so
uh-huh.
they can like go swim when it's 10 degrees outside, and it's like, oh, it's fine.
Well, we're talking FSU, but the war chant leads us to the big sport that is in mid-season now, the basketball team for both universities. But we're going to talk FSU first.
You guys had a guys' night.
We
at
had a
the-
guys' night
Yeah,
this
at the
week.
basketball
the
game?
men's game against Virginia Tech. We were excited about that.
Absolutely.
It was Eric and myself and Adrian and then Jason Acuna, our producer, and we thought that we were big stuff, man.
Did you guys sign any autographs for?
We did not sign autographs, but we were sitting up in we were
In the skybox.
we were in a skybox. We were sitting
oh.
in the front row of a box.
Yeah.
That is
and
fancy.
It was fancy. We felt big time. Yeah. I had some chicken nuggets and things. You should have seen Adrian. Man, he came back with a plate that was just full. He had a burger, he had chicken nuggets.
He was
went back
feasting.
For a big he was feasting.
Yes.
I mean, but even with all that fun, it was a bad loss, man. We played without any energy.
There was
for
no
the
energy.
entire first half.
From the initial warm-ups, there was no
Yeah,
energy.
yeah, it was just. I mean, I think we made a run. We made a run at
Yeah,
the beginning of the second half.
We were down by, 20
We were down
at
by
halftime?
20 at halftime. Yeah, and I think we pulled.
We
I
cut it
think
down to 6.
6 at one point, and then it just whatever.
Ballooned again.
Yeah. And we talked. I mean, I think Ham had put in some of his subs. And
Yeah.
his subs were playing with energy, and I think it. But you put the starters back in. Ewan had a bad game.
Yeah.
And Jameer Watkins, although I think he led scorers for our team, but he still didn't have a typical game for himself. So
There were too many easy
Yeah.
layups, dunks that were missed.
yeah,
I mean, dunks.
yeah, a dunk. Oh my God, yeah. But Chandler Jackson was in and out, and I think in that game in particular, he was like the spark.
The
he
whole
didn't- he
game,
didn't-
I kept saying they needed to drive to the basket. When they
Yeah.
drove to the basket, everything worked good.
And when he was in, he was driving to the basket.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
So
Okay, but as bad as that loss was, oh my gosh.
we
Boston
turn around, we
College.
go up to Chestnut Hill.
Boston College had the game won. Had the game won with a minute to go, up by 8, right?
Yep.
With about a minute to go. Let them pull within 5.
Yeah.
They
Still
score.
had it.
They score a basket
Yeah.
with about 6 seconds to go. We could not inbound the pass. We threw a bad pass.
Turned it over.
Turned it over, a 3-point shot quickly. They went up by 1 and beat us 77-76. What a just talk about a morale beater.
Yeah.
One of the things that in that game and in that situation, when I played basketball, the coach always told me, because I did the inbounding, when you are running out of time, you throw it right into the stomach of the guy standing in front of you. You hit him as hard as you can with the basketball in front of him because he's not ready for it, because his
Yeah.
hands is up here.
Yeah.
It's going to hit him in the stomach, and it's going to be out of bounds, and you're going to get the ball back. Another 5 seconds to start all over again.
Yeah.
That just wasn't,
or in
situational
this
awareness.
or in this case, everybody was on that end of the court. Just throw the ball over everybody to the other end. 5 seconds could run off before anybody even gets it.
It's got to touch somebody first.
Oh, it does have to touch somebody
Yeah,
before the clock starts.
Before the clock starts,
I didn't
it has
realize
to
that.
touch- it's
Learn
because you
something new
can-
every day.
you
You can teach old dog new tricks.
You can inbound the pass and walk it up the court,
Uh-huh.
and the clock doesn't run until somebody touches the ball.
That's right. I forgot all about that, man.
Yeah.
Okay. See, maybe you should be hosting this podcast because you know a heck of a
through
lot.
through basketball.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why you say I'm FSU.
You are the guru. You are the guru of
I told you I
FSU
tried.
sports. Yeah.
I told you I tried.
You try really hard.
So
Good job.
So I think we got men's got to have a 4-game losing streak right now. We host Notre Dame we record this on Monday, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock tip-off against Notre Dame. But I think our next 4 games are against ACC foes that have much better records than we
And
do.
we need to win those 4 games.
Yeah.
Just to make the ACC tournament.
Yeah. I don't think our guys are gonna do it this year.
Coach Ham is having a rough one this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think then we I think go down to Miami, or may host Miami in the 5th game of that. Of
Right.
those, and that'll be it's got to be a win. I mean, Miami is 1-10 in
We
the
thought we were
conference.
going to be
That's
Virginia
right.
Tech
Yeah,
too.
That's right. That's right. But okay, let's flip it over to you ladies.
Lady knows.
Oh my God,
They are on fire.
They are on
fire.
fire.
Yep.
5-game
winning streak.
Yes. 8-2 in conference.
Yesterday,
Killing
I was
it.
at the game. It was a beatdown on Wake Forest. Actually, Wake Forest came back and got within 5, but I think that Coach Brooke, maybe I love her starting 5 now. It's Tanai Latson, Amari Gordon, Michaela Timpson, Sydney Bowles, and then Malaya Williams. That's you've got bigs,
Right.
and then Sydney Bowles yesterday was just on fire. She I think she hit 5 or 6 threes. It was just boom. It was like a Michael Jordan thing. She took the shot and she turned around because she knows it was cool to see.
Well, they got that chemistry, and they got the chemistry right now at the right time.
At the right
Yeah.
time, both of them. We've got like 8 or 9, maybe 10 games left in conference play for both teams.
Yeah.
You're right. If the men don't win, if they don't get on a win streak, I think season's probably
Season's
over.
over.
Yeah.
The women ranked 25th coming into
Right now.
Sunday's game. I
Right.
think should, and I mean I think they're the leading scoring team in the nation.
Yes.
Tanai Latson is the leading scorer in the nation.
They've hit 100. They've hit 100, I think, 7 times.
6 times. They were good. It would have been 7
Right.
if they'd
Yeah.
scored. It was 97, and with 10 seconds to go, we're walking the ball up the court, and I'm yelling, "Just take a 3!" And everybody around me said, "No, it's we're up by 30, so don't."
Well, you got to
But-
think about it. We
yeah.
beat Virginia Tech, beat them.
Yeah.
Well,
this was Wake Forest.
yeah, but I'm talking about
Yeah.
we
Oh yeah,
put 100
that's
on
true.
Virginia
Yeah,
Tech.
that's right.
So
Yeah, but
that'd have been back-to-back
You know,
100 games.
I think they are really at the right time.
Peaking.
They're peaking.
Well, no,
They've
they're
got-
climbing at the right time.
Yeah,
That Mike Norvell
exactly.
reference.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
climbing at
Yeah,
the right time.
right.
They need to peak during the tournament.
Trust
Absolutely.
what is it?
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Trust the process. Yeah.
I'll trust the process for
Yeah.
the ladies Seminoles.
So another team across town from FSU is trusting the process at least.
Absolutely.
The FAMU men are on a 5-game win streak too.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They are playing well at the right time again in conference play.
5-3.
Yeah. So, wouldn't that be great if we were like hosting some games once we get into
Tournament
play and all
Yeah.
that? That is wonderful.
Well, for the men, we talked about their schedule being rough at the beginning. They played a lot of heavy schools at the beginning.
Yeah.
A lot of powerful D1 schools. And
Uh-huh.
I said at the beginning of the year, that's going to pay off towards the end.
Yeah.
And right now they're gelling. They look good. They're playing good,
Yeah, they are kind of still in the middle of the pack in the SWAC for conference play. But again, if
They're climbing.
if they're climbing,
They're
climbing.
and they're let's see, they've got Alabama State, followed by Texas Southern, followed by Prairie View in the next few games. So, peaking or climbing at the right time. And just a few weeks ago, we were talking about how well the women were doing compared to the men over
Right.
on the FAMU campus. Now, women have been kind of up and down
Yes, they have.
over the last little bit, but they're still in the middle of the pack.
Yes, they are.
in the conference. So
Yeah, they're 4-5. They're still doing good.
yeah, so we've got some exciting basketball happening in this town.
Yeah.
In this football town, we've
Look.
got some exciting basketball
It's
happening.
not just a football town.
It's not just a football town.
No.
You know what else? What other kind of town it is? It is a FSU women's softball town too.
That's
Yeah.
the girls are starting to light it up again.
Yeah, and I just telling Eric I got tickets to one of the games for the Joanne Graff Classic in a couple of weeks against on a Saturday afternoon playing Texas A&M. My wife is a Texas A&M Aggie, so we'll go and have fun at that game.
That'll be fun.
But even though you can still buy single game tickets, but I know in the past it's been tough to find those single game tickets.
The early tickets are good. You can get those when you get later in the season.
Yeah.
Those become almost impossible, both for men and women. The men's baseball team is actually going to be. They're in good shape.
I think they are. Yeah, they really are, and we have to hope that that Link. I love the fact that we brought Link Jarrett back a couple of years ago, and
he's actually been doing good.
He has, and
he's got that pitching staff where it needs to be. He's got that pitching staff where it needs to be, and I'm excited about the baseball season for the first time in a while.
And I'm excited. I'm excited about the softball season. I'd love to see another national championship out of those ladies.
I want to see it. Would be it would be perfect. The men and the women both going to Oklahoma together.
That would be neat. Yeah, that would be awesome. Our lady teams are just killing it this year. Our men's teams are kind of falling apart, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen with baseball.
That's all right. The women can carry the load for a little bit. Just a little bit.
I
said a little.
Listen, I hope everybody saw that look I just gave you.
It was just a little bit.
We already carry the load.
That was
we just don't get credit.
That was not a nice look.
No.
That was a very unhappy and unfriendly look.
I try
In fact, Eric, I would be careful as you make sure that you walk out behind her.
I am.
Yeah.
I try to give the women credit, for carrying the load.
Yeah.
They're making this town look good.
Yes.
Because the men are stinking it up.
Yep. That's normal, though.
Oh.
Well, talk about stinking it up. I think we may have stunk up about another half hour of this Tally Benchwarmers special edition talking about softball, baseball. Wasn't really a special edition, but every time I'm in front of you guys, it's special. It's a special time.
Well, thanks.
So, we miss Adrian, but hopefully he'll watch the football, the Super Bowl. And I wanted one point we failed to mention when we were talking about FSU men's basketball. It's not our fault.
That's right.
That they were kind of on a losing streak because we were there for that loss.
Virginia Tech,
yeah, but then they lost against Boston College. So the team and Coach Ham cannot blame the Benchwarmers.
No.
He didn't put us in.
We had people coming to us saying, "When is Coach going to put you in?"
Yeah.
And all Eric would say is never.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, good talking again this week. If you're interested in sponsoring, you want to send us a question, go to tallybench.wfsu.org. Thanks to Taylor Cox across the board there, and then in the special booth with the window that keeps us separated from him, and to Jason Acuna, our producer. And we will see you next time on Tally Benchwarmers.